A good shot to use when you're on a really hot and bouncy court playing against someone, or if you're playing against someone that gets the ball bouncing and really hot and pinging around, is the use of the two-wall boast. Because you'll probably be exchanging a lot around the back of the court, the ball's probably getting to the back quite easily. And using a boast and a two-wall boast as a working shot is just a way to really drag your opponent from that back corner up into the opposite side of the court and quite far up if you can. Now, it's absolutely crucial that when you play the boast, it's a case of selling two shots. So if you can still have a drive option and a boast option, it makes it hard for them to read, which stops them from setting off straight away. So you want them to hold for a second before they move for the boast, because that means it just gets slightly further away from them. And then secondly is how you actually gauge the angle around. Again, it's a case of using your hand to control what your racket head does and how open it is in the shot to then be able to shape and fade that ball around the two walls so that the ball stays very high up the court. So again, it's using your strings and the angle of the racket face to get enough cut on the ball so it spins and then fades around the two walls. The other thing to consider is which part of the side wall you actually hit to get the ball fading around. And you'll find that this changes from court to court depending on the conditions, on the bounce of the ball. So again, it's a case of trial and error to see where you need to be hitting the ball on a certain day to get the most effective shot. But thinking about the target being the ball going round, hitting the front wall, staying as short as possible and bouncing its second bounce before the other side wall nick. So ideally, if you can get that ball bouncing twice before it hits the other side wall, then you know you've hit a good working boast. So that's what you need to consider. Your position is crucial. You've got to get in a good position where you can hit a drive or a boast. You then have to use your hand to adapt your racket angle to get the fade and the spin that you need for the ball to stay up and short and bouncing twice before the sidewall. But it's a really important shot. If you're playing someone and there's lots of drives going on with very little short stuff, it's a good way and a safe way to actually move them and drag them up the court.